can I keep my long distance relationship thriving? Long distance is not for everyone. So it's for sure I would recommend to really look into it if this is for you. Not everyone can handle it, to see each other not so often as you want. And I mean, there is also a difference in long distance relationship, right? I mean, I think I'm pretty extreme. There's a sea between me and my master. But long distance can also mean you're in the States and you're in a different state. Even now in this time, it's hard. So I would like to give you some tips on how to make sure that your long distance relationship is thriving. I think that BDSM is giving wonderful anchors, rituals, things to hold on to for long distance relationships. And I really like that. It's something that you can use. As a dominant, it's not very difficult to let your submissive feel that you're connected. Because there are rituals. There's 3 things that I think that you can use to empower your long distance relationship, or maybe 4. And the first one that I really like is rituals. It can be so small, really tiny rituals that can make your submissive feel really connected. For instance, for me, one of the rituals that my master uses is how I sleep. It doesn't conflict with my daily life. It's something that I can do every night. It's very simple. I'm wearing a training collar in the night, not this one. And all I have to do is I sleep on my belly. My leash is attached to my bed and to my collar. And I sleep with my legs spread. And every now and then my master tells me to wear a plug in the night also. This makes me feel very connected and very safe. And it's not that I have to do it every night, but he often tells me to, and I love that. And it's like feeling him close in the night. Of course, it's different from having him in my bed, but that's not what there is. And especially when we're very busy. I'm running several companies, so sometimes I'm so busy I really don't have really the time to get into really that space, that submissive space that I love so much, and that's part of our relationship. And then the rituals are wonderful for us. The second one is it's totally possible to still play. There are two ways that you can play. The first one is playing alone, and the second one is playing together. Playing together, what you do as a dominant is you create a scene, and you let your submissive execute it while you are watching. For me, it's a turn on when my master is watching, and sometimes he's just telling me to bring stuff, and he creates the scene on the spot while we are playing. It just feels like this is what I'm into, or it just tells me to open my closets and get everything. I mean, just tell me to walk there and crawl usually, and pick up what he wants me to play with, and he just gives me instructions. To me, this is easy because I'm not very much into bondage. I would like to try it one time, but we never did a lot with bondage. And bondage is for sure is the one thing that's a bit complicated to do it yourself. But for the rest, there's a lot of things that you can do yourself. I just had a question that was from someone that said, can you cane yourself on a distance? Totally. And I can really hurt myself, trust me. So, but there is not just impact play. There are so many other things to play with. I mean, just tell your submissive to put on nipple clamps. It's pretty intense. Also, if you do it yourself, it doesn't really matter. And the fact that my master is telling me to do it makes it really a connecting thing, and it's actually doing a scene together. And one of the things that he often tells me, like when we're in touch, just when I'm somewhere and I'm alone, is he tells me to squeeze my nipples, squeeze them so hard that it hurts. It's just to make me feel him. That's a ritual more. It's not really a ritual because it's not like it's planned that I should do it every day, but it's one of our rituals. It's often that when we have a quick conversation and he closes off and that he says, squeeze your nipples for me, kitty. So sometimes he just creates me a scene, and he tells me this is for like 15 minutes, or it's something that I have to do the whole day, or it's for an hour, and he just gives me instructions. I love those sessions, and I have like tons of assignments for that. This is actually what I'm creating also, especially interesting if you're long distance or if you would like to give your submissive more assignments, then this is fantastic for you. It can be very simple. It can be an assignment that's going through the whole day. For instance, what he tells me is today, when he knows that I'm alone, today you have to be naked in the house, and whenever you go pee, you need to edge, for instance. That can be an assignment for a day. It's an amazing thing to make me feel connected. And it doesn't have to be really sexual. It can be in any type and form. It's for us, we like it to be sexual. I mean, I love sex. And but also, for instance, like wearing a plug, or it's just making me feel very submissive. It's not like really horny or something. And there are so many ways that you can just give an assignment, or just for 15 minutes, just get naked, hurt yourself in one way or another, edge, or watch. Sometimes what he does is he tells me, watch this video, take a dildo and start deep throating yourself, start deep throating and do whatever it's done in the video, and just recreates. Very connecting, and it helps our relationship. The third thing is reporting. If you as a dominant want to stay connected with your submissive, you don't have assignments. But what you can have is the reports. When I'm not talking with my master, that day I always send him a report. And I send him a report, and that says what did I do today? How did I feel? How submissive did I feel? In what things did I grow? Were there things that were challenging for me? It's just, I mean, and sometimes like 4 pages. I really take the time. It's like a diary maybe, but it gives him a lot of information of where I am, what I need. I think that those reports are a wonderful way to keep the connection and to keep feeling each other. We often have live contact also. I told you in the video about the negotiations that for me it's very important to know from him every day to get a sign of love. It doesn't have to be big, but just a simple sign of love would be great. But nowadays it means, especially now in these days when we're seeing each other so little, it means that we talk a lot at night and we close off the day together. I do have something for if you're on long distance. There's a submissive training on my site. There are 7 different assignments for submissives. It will give you a feeling of what the whole environment of assignments will look like. So enjoy it and play with passion.